So imagine getting a text message from God. It says, delivery on the way for you. Okay, and then a follow-up. Gift for your trip tomorrow. Delivered with a heart emoji. See you there. May 2018, I was in bed terribly weak with a very high fever. And I got this text, so to speak. Delivery on the way. My caring husband walks into the room and says, choose a video. So from all the millions of videos, I don't know why I chose Rabbi Chaim's speech in 2015 to the International Convention of Chabad Shluchim. My husband pressed play, and bing, there's the second text message. Delivered. Gift for your journey tomorrow. See you there.
I want to conclude with a personal story. When I got married, God gave me a unique wedding gift. And I prayed that He never gives it to anyone else, because it was a rare autoimmune disease that began to eat away at my nerves and muscles. First, I was relegated to a cane, then a quad cane, then a walker, and a wheelchair. During our first year of marriage, my wife and I went out on many dates to doctors' offices, hospitals, and medical treatments. One day while at Rusk Rehab Institute, where they were trying to teach me basic skills, like twisting the lid off a peanut butter jar, a doctor handed me a pamphlet with jobs conducive for people in wheelchairs. I declined the pamphlet. I knew of the Rebbe's letter, and I wished to become a shliach. When we went out on shlichus, my wife wheeled our 1-year-old son through the airport in a stroller, and my brother pushed me in a wheelchair. But before we went, I wrote a letter to the Rebbe asking, in accordance with your instructions, I'm requesting a blessing to be relieved of my illness so that I can fulfill my shlichus. And indeed, I received that blessing. Today, I stand before you on my own 2 feet. There are security concerns, health issues, financial crises, challenges in raising a family, challenges in influencing our surroundings. I dare suggest that at this very moment, each person in this room can think of a challenge they are currently facing. And if you can't think of a challenge, think of the things you are shying away from because you imagine them to be too challenging. The challenges abound. How easy and instinctive it is in the face of difficulty to wish we didn't have to do what is upon us. And then the Rebbe reminds us, how odd is that thought? Rather than walk away, rediscover your true self. Ask not to be relieved of your opportunity or responsibility. Ask to be relieved of your challenge or your hardship. Then take your best step forward in these shoes.
At the time, I had no clue that I too would be diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder. And I too would need a wheelchair, and then a walker, and then a cane. And most importantly, I too would begin to stand on my own 2 feet once again. Rabbi Chaim's speech was a gift for my journey. His words would echo my mind as I fought to take each new step, both physically and spiritually. The prayer on my lips was, God, give me fuel for my mission. Give me help so I can do what I was created for. Afterwards, I did thank Rabbi Chaim, and I sent God a thank you note, so to speak. I made this collage of photos for all the different gifts that He gave us along the way, and most importantly, for the health, the physical recovery, and the spiritual growth that grew out of it. This collage became my phone screensaver. I look at it and I see the doctors and nurse that put tefillin on in my merit. I see my Chabad Miracle Mile Jewish Center, my gan. I see my family, and I'm so grateful that I'm here for all of them. I see a message from a woman in a Facebook group that has autoimmune disease, thanking me for all the videos of inspiration I sent her. And there in the center, I stand a year after I left that physical rehab without a cane. My husband and I are up there on the left on such a celebration, thanksgiving to God that we made it to this day. And right down in the middle, the Rebbe's teachings, the Rebbe's letters gave us guidance, reassurance, and it is his vision for a better world that we devote every day to that mission.
Every morning I wake up and I thank God for these gifts. Moda Ani, I'm alive. Thank you, God, for returning my soul and for your faith in me. And please continue to give me strength to do my mission. This Rosh Hashanah, whether you're at home or whether you're in synagogue, today is the day to pray. Perhaps you've heard of Hannah the prophetess. We read about her in Rosh Hashanah. She was barren. She walked up to the sanctuary and she cried with great emotion, begging God for a child. Please give me a child. I promise that I will take this precious jewel of my heart and dedicate him to you. Hannah raised Samuel the prophet. I would often visit my bubby and find her sitting on her Tehillim chair. There she sat with a book of Psalms filled with photos of her grandchildren, and she prayed and she begged God should give them what they need. They should find their soulmates. They should have success. They should do well in their business. They should have health. They should find a home if they're looking for one. And she just wanted them to have so that they can give. They should be able to give lots of charity. They should be able to raise a beautiful generation of Jewish children. They should be able to connect with God through this. I thought of my Bubby when I was in the hospital and having a really hard time talking due to autoimmune encephalitis. My Bubby ingrained in us that we thank people that do things for us with care, with respect, and it really bothered me. I could not say thank you to my nurses. And there I was all this time, begging God to give me help so I can do my mission, my life mission, direct a preschool, Jewish community center. But at that moment, I prayed for clear speech so that I can say thank you to my nurse. My Bubby understood that each of us can make the world more godly by tuning in to the people near us with love, sincerity, gifts, our time. I wait for that day that I'll get a text message that we all will, an Amber Alert and the sound of a shofar that signals mission accomplished. Enjoy everlasting abundance and global peace with the times of Mashiach. And maybe one last being, a message that says your new mission is go from good to better, because there is no limit in spiritual growth. Wishing you a happy and sweet new year.